This one is one of those game-changing features in Excel, and it's called AutoFill. What this does is it prevents us from having to type lists that we often have to type in Excel based off of these custom lists that Excel has predefined. I'll teach you in a future module how to create your own lists, just in case you have certain lists that you find yourself typing often. But for now, let's look at the ones that are built into Excel. That's starting with the days of the week in either the short form or the long form. So either mon to wen or the full day spelled out. All you have to do is type the first day of the week, find this little square in the bottom right hand corner and drag it down as far as you want to, release, and it has continued on the pattern for you. This works again with either the short version or the long version, dragging down. It also works with the months. That's one of the custom lists that it has saved. I'll click on the box in the bottom right hand corner, drag it down as far as I want it, and let go, and that is auto-populated. It also works for days, and if I start with just one date and I pull down, it's going to give me the next date and the next date, so on and so forth. If I had a list of numbers that I wanted to continue, I would just get it started with 1 and 2. Excel now knows, okay, you want me to keep counting, so I've selected both of those cells. That gives it enough information about the pattern, and as I drag down, it will fill out the rest of the numbers. Now, I've been saying pattern recognition, so it also has the capability to realize that maybe you don't want successive dates. Maybe you don't want the first and then the second and then the third. Maybe you want the date of just every Monday. So it will recognize patterns as well in that way. So for instance, I have January 1st here, and then in the next cell, I have January 8th, which would be 7 days later. This is getting it started on the pattern, so I will select both of these cells, find that square in the bottom right hand corner, drag it down, and you'll notice that it picks up on that pattern too. It picks up that you want every 7th day's date. This works with things like numbers and money as well. So here's $100, $150. I select both of these cells, and Excel is smart enough to know what the pattern is and how it needs to continue on. It also works if you wanted to label weeks, for instance. So if I had week 1, week 2, and I select both of these cells, I can then drag down and it will be smart enough to say, okay, you want week 3 and week 4, and so on. It also works with something that has nothing to do with numbers. So I have this list of yes, no, maybe. And if I select all of these, it will say, okay, you're looking for this pattern to continue. I will continue on with the yes, no, maybe for as long as you want me to. That is autofill, and now that you know it, you're going to find yourself using it all the time. In the next video, we're going to take a look at some more formatting options for rows and columns.